The Jets made all the right moves to suck for Sam, but it's the Giants who instead are sucking for Sam. This has to make Gangrene Nation nauseous. It would add to the painful narrative of the sadsack history of the Jets that just when they were positioned to finally draft a franchise quarterback, the players and coaches didn't buy into tanking and screwed it up by winning 4 games and should make it 5 on Sunday in Tampa, way too many to compete for the top pick. Now it could be their big brother Giants who get either USC's Sam Darnold or UCLA's Josh Rosen, allowing them to transition from two-time Super Bowl MVP Eli Manning to another potential franchise quarterback, although there's talk that Darnold could opt to stay at USC for his 3rd year of eligibility. Other than 40-year-old Tom Brady playing like he's 30 until he's 50, can it get any worse for the Jets than in the first year since Manning arrived? The Giants are this completely wretched and need a QB in a strong quarterback year. The Jets have been looking for a quarterback since forever. Al Belichick images it's just not fair. The Giants could have their future face of the franchise fall right into their 17 and counting lap. But was it really fair? The Colts made the playoffs every year from 200,211 with Peyton Manning. He missed the 2012 season because of his 4th neck surgery. The Colts finished 214 and then get Andrew Luck, who made the playoffs his first 3 seasons before injuries have ruined his last 2 seasons. The football gods really do have it in for Gangrene. The front office stripped down the roster, but the players and coaches, all fighting to keep their jobs, didn't buy into tanking. What was viewed as the worst roster in the league was not supposed to overachieve at 45 and realistically could have been 72 if they didn't blow back-to-back 14-point leads against the Patriots and Dolphins and give up a 4th-quarter lead against the Falcons. There was a no-brainer ESPN report Wednesday that said Giants co-owner John Mara gave the organization a directive several weeks ago to start looking closely at the top college quarterbacks. Kathy Willens if Jerry Reese and his lieutenants needed to be instructed by Mara to scout Darnold, Rosen and Wyoming's Josh Allen and the rest of a strong group, that would be just another reason for Reese to be fired. If Mara didn't take it for granted that they had figured that out on their own, it doesn't say much for the faith he has in them. Anyway, as upsetting as it's been for Big Blue Nation to stomach this season that began with legitimate Super Bowl expectations, the Giants at least selected the right year to stink. The last time they picked in the top 5 was 2004, when they drafted Phillip Rivers 4th overall in a prearranged deal and immediately traded him to the Chargers for Manning, who they had picked 1st overall. It's become clear this season that the road is coming to an end for Manning, whether it's this year or next, and the Giants have to find his replacement. They have not picked any higher than 9th in the last 13 drafts. They have never positioned themselves to draft a successor to Manning, even with the rumblings that they loved Texas Tech's Patrick Mahomes this year, but it was the Chiefs who traded up to get him. Reese took Ryan Nassib in the 4th round in 2013. But he never played a meaningful snap. He took Davis Webb in the 3rd round this year, the first time Reese has drafted a quarterback with the intention he possibly could take over for Manning. Davis has not been active for a game. Presumably, Ben McAdoo will continue to start Manning to keep his streak alive. He ties Peyton for 2nd place among QBs with his 208th consecutive start this week and get Webb playing time over the last 8 games when it's not a blowout. If Webb turns out to be the real deal, if the Giants feel they can make that determination with a small sample, then it will allow them to fill another need with their 1st pick. The game in San Francisco on Sunday has major implications. If the Giants lose to the 49ers, who are 0-9, it would be another humiliating moment in a humiliating season, but could get them the 2nd pick in April. Let's face it, the Browns are not winning a game. If the Giants and 49ers finish 115, it would come down to the strength of schedule tiebreaker, but perhaps San Francisco will win some games with Jimmy Garoppolo. Winslow Townsend even if the Giants or Browns are picking 1st and the 49ers are picking 2nd, you can count on Cleveland doing something stupid and trading the pick, or the Niners because of the Garoppolo trade, perhaps taking Penn State running back Saquon Barkley or moving down in a trade with the Giants. The 49ers moved down 1 spot in the 2017 draft to Chicago's spot with the Bears taking Mitchell Trubisky. Chicago gave up 3rd and 4th round picks in this past draft and a 3rd round pick in 2018. So, what happens to the Jets? The more games they win, the further down they move down in the draft order. As I've said, Josh McCown is playing so well, it's a shame he's 38 years old and with his 8th team rather than being 24 and an ascending player. I just don't think Christian Hackenberg or Bryce Petty will ever be the Jets starter except by default. I don't think the Jets believe either of them is their quarterback of the future. McCown is the Jets' 13th different starting quarterback since Manning took over in the 10th week of his rookie year. During the 208 games, here's who has started for the Jets: Mark Sanchez 62, Chad Pennington 32, Geno Smith 30, Ryan Fitzpatrick 27, Brett Favre 16, Brooks Bollinger 9, Kellen Clemens 9, McCown 8, Vinny Testaverde 4, Bryce Petty 4, Michael Vick 3, Quincy Carter 2 and Greg McElroy 1. Can it get any more painful for Gangrene Nation than Darnold playing for Big Blue?